right, it is Monday, April 16th, 10 minutes after noon in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on this 81-degree day. And a march has just launched from the Wood Street T Station. And we're going to sidle up next to it and then along with it. This march is headed toward UPMC to protest, or it is an action decrying that UPMC and others like it should pay their fair share, quote unquote, in state and local taxes. They are a non-profit organization as a healthcare provider, among other things. Most hospitals in the Pittsburgh region are UPMC affiliates. Most doctors are now in the UPMC system. They are usually, well, I think we can say they are always quite profitable, and these folks are protesting that with all of the transit crisis and the education crisis and many other budgetary crises at different levels of government, they're marching down an alley, which would not have been something that I thought of. And that is the general gist of it. And it is organized. A little siren, and probably unrelated, mostly. Not much of a police presence here. It is organized chiefly by Pittsburgh United, which, oh golly, you can Google it or look it up. It's an affiliation group of many from labor. Let's see if we can get some signs. That always helps. Unbridled profiteers mimic charity. Speaking here with Kendall Mason, Pittsburgh activist, etc. I don't know, you want to give yourself a title, or did I get it right?
No, that's good.
Okay. What are we doing here? What is this?
Well, we're marching to UPMC's offices in the Steel Tower here.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why we were headed down an alley here. Yeah.
Calling attention to the fact that they make over $400 million in profits, aka profits, and we're trying to figure out what they do with that $400 million, because we're pretty sure it doesn't go back into our community, considering the fact that we have our buses being cut, an education shortfall. You know, it'd be nice that a charitable organization actually gave back to the community they're a part of.
All right. What do you think is the game plan whenever we get there? This is like from noon to 3, it says, and it's...
I don't think it's going to last till 3,
yeah.
But we're going to try to deliver a tax bill to Jeffery Romoff for $204 million, which would be the tax that they could pay and still have $267 million of profit left over.
Right. Now, one thing I read in the Pittsburgh Business Times this morning, UPMC gives so much in charity care to the community. I think that's what they call it.
Right.
And they give to the Pittsburgh Promise.
Right.
And, you know, so many jobs and sparks so much.
You know, UPMC, as far as I understand from the workers, stands for You Pay Me Crap. So, from what I understand, the jobs that they offer aren't necessarily that great. I also have a friend who is a doctor, and I've been talking to her a lot about how it works there at the hospital, and she said it seems like the administration is actually pretty far removed from the actual care, and they're starting to ask some of the surgeons to work 6 days a week rather than 5, and they're not increasing the budget, therefore not increasing pay for working 6 days a week. So, as far as the jobs go, I'm not sure they're all that awesome.
Okay. Well, I am going to skip on ahead and get a diversity of viewpoints. Thank you for stopping in. And we're going to keep it rolling just because we like our 10-minute chunks here on the Pittsburgh. 10-minute chunks we like on the Pittsburgh Comet. One bike officer. This, I suppose we've taken the streets here. This is an alley. And let me run on up here. Let me jog on up here. Let's see if we can get another sign in here. It's always good to get signs. UPMC, I pay my fair share. Why can't you?
That's right.
There we go. What did he?
That's what my button says.
That's what your button says too. I paid my fair share.
Yeah, I didn't know this had it on. I didn't even look at it. I just grabbed it.
You got another one up here. I'm just curious. The one, this looks like it's always here.
Actually,
join. If you think the system is...
Oh, yeah.
If you think the system is working, ask someone who isn't.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
right.
gotcha.
It just ain't big enough. I wish I could get a bigger one.
Okay. Now, what in your words is going on up here, or is that your words? Pretty good.
Oh no,
right
it's yes. It's in other words, it's the CEO getting all these millions of dollars, and just keep expanding every time. The UPMC just keeps expanding every day.
Okay.
You know, we feel they need to pay their fair share. It'll slow all that down, I'll tell you that much. But see, they do that, then they can write it off.
Right. It's not a good thing that they're expanding. You know, more jobs, bigger business. You know, more money coming in.
But they have to share in the produce of our work.
They have to share in the produce of our work. Okay. I mean, you give back in education, transportation.
Right. I mean, this occurred before World War II even, when our country was getting involved all the way back in the late 30s, early 40s. You know, capitalism wanted it, capitalism at no expense, and they didn't want to give anything to labor. And even Roosevelt had to tell the management of many of the steel companies, mining companies, medical industry at the time, hey, you've got to give something to them because we're in the midst of a war.
Gotcha. Thank you for taking the time out.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Let's see. We have continued to take the streets. Not only have we taken the streets, the cops have apparently helped facilitate the taking of these streets for the moment, which you'll see once in a while in Pittsburgh. I see someone leafleting. We're going to see if we can catch a leaflet. No, we're not.
Money for healthcare and transportation.
Money for health. Money for health.
Jeffery Romoff, you can't hide. We can see your greedy side. Jeffery Romoff.
We're going to try to get some more signs.
We can see your greedy side. Jeffery Romoff, you can't hide. We can see your greedy side. Jeffery Romoff, you
All right, I'm going to try to get some scale here. Bear with me.
Jeffery Romoff, you can't hide.
Where am I going to do that?
Jeffery Romoff, you can't hide. We can see your
We have one of these. All right. Right here we have a $100 bill with Mr. Jeffery Romoff, the CEO. Is that his title? President CEO of UPMC, United States of America. Okay, there's nothing. Where can we get money for our communities? Jeff Romoff, UPMC, makes more than $1,900 an hour. UPMC made more than $445 million in after-tax profits. All right, I'm going to do my best to get a scale shot here. Let's see what this sign says here. UPMC, you know, it's a nice looking sign. Number 1, tax dodgers, pay your fair share. All right, they're not going to let me do. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble.
Yo, they blocked me from getting in.
No, you tried to get it.
Yeah, I'm like,
okay.
Sir, what are you doing?
What's going on here? And I'm trying to get other people's words on what's the story, what's the game plan.
I mean, I heard last time that they went in and it was successful, but this time, I think they're ready for it, man.
Oh, okay. So there were some thoughts on coming inside and exchanging words with the, I guess the folks on the top floor is probably what. That is quite a top floor. For those of you not familiar with Pittsburgh, this is the tallest building in Pittsburgh. It's called the U.S. Steel Building, and recently it has been crowned with the UPMC insignia. And here we go. I'm almost done here. Okay, we're going to do this real quick. This will just give you an idea of the scale here. I'm not going to be up here that much longer. I'm prepared to say this crowd is somewhere between 100 and 200, and it's going to grow because we're still early. And I'm going to sit down now, and we're going to turn off, and maybe we'll catch up later.